Discretion is advised.
Your mama black.
This program contains language and sequences some viewers may find disturbing.
Right!
Still looking for a man they say shot and killed his 5-year-old brother. Police issued a first-degree murder warrant against Murad Weaver. They say he shot his 5-year-old brother, Caleb Pearson, Friday night. Caleb's mother says she believes the shooting was an accident, but she wants Weaver to turn.
The nigga ain't got no sense.
Breaking news, nigga. Breaking news.
Michael, man, he was powerful. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
Here at 11 o'clock, we're learning more about a man killed last night in Northeast Charlotte. Lots of shootings last night. All breaking news here at 11 o'clock. 4 people shot. 2 young men killed on Spring Garden Lane. That's in the Hidden Valley neighborhood.
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
Tonight we spoke to people who knew one of the men killed. His friend tells our Alex Giles he will be missed.
What a difference
I just couldn't believe it when one of our friends called me.
a day can make.
Everybody is just in disbelief.
Last night, this neighborhood was lit up with blue lights. Today, a teddy bear and flowers, the only signs that several people were shot outside of this home. Police tell us Raheem Hammond was one of the men shot and killed.
When I first heard that, I cried. I bawled. I couldn't believe it. Raheem is such a good guy.
But Thursday night was a bad situation. Police tell us an altercation turned violent and shots were fired. Dana Sidbury can't believe it happened.
You know, the whole situation is just a sad, very sad situation.
It's a situation some have been trying to prevent. Charles Robinson of Team True Blue grew up in the Hidden Valley neighborhood.
And my heart goes out to that family. You know, it's discouraging that we keep seeing a lot of gun violence here in our community.
His community doesn't have the best reputation, known for harboring gangs in years past.
It has a image now of a place that's unsafe, but I just don't see that.
He says he's seen firsthand doctors and lawyers come out of Hidden Valley. To help fight the negative perception, he's asking others to think before they shoot.
Why do it? Think about that thing before you pull that trigger. Just think for a second.
It just might be all the time needed to save a
Reaction
life.
tonight about this year's alarming amount of murder from former Memphis Mayor Willie Harrington. He was in office when the city first hit the record homicide number in 1993. And tonight he says the homicide crisis is now at a critical level. And he told our Kendall Downing the fix is much bigger than elected officials.
It's like old news being replayed.
In 1993, Memphis set a record with 213 homicides. Former Memphis Mayor Willie Harrington says in the early 90s, a special task force helped examine crime. Years later, his administration saw crime dip too, with MPD's Operation Blue Crush, which targeted drug trafficking and crime monopolies. Though he says more police will help, they won't get to the root causes of the violence.
And I'm going to irritate some people when I make this particular statement. This is a black problem. This is a black problem. This is a black problem. This is a black problem that uniquely impacts the fabric of the black community. What we need in Memphis, we needed it in 1993, but we really need it today, is a massive community engagement initiative like we've never seen before.
Harrington says drugs, gangs, and hopelessness have taken over Memphis streets, and he's calling on people to act fast.
What I see is a lack of a sense of urgency. I don't see the black community embracing this as being our challenge.
As for officials like Mayor Jim Strickland or Police Director Mike Rawlings, Harrington says it's not fair to put the homicide record on them.
I don't care who the mayor is. The mayor cannot take full responsibility for the crime wave in this city.
So that was our Kendall Downing reporting. Now, Dr. Harrington says he's speaking at Mayor Jim Strickland's prayer breakfast on New Year's Day with plans to announce a community engagement program.
Good evening, everybody. It was a terrifying transaction.
It began when a man pulled out a gun instead of his wallet. 7's Vanessa Medina live on the scene of the crime in Dania Beach with this. Vanessa?
Well, these armed robbers are a real piece of work. Not only did they terrorize this teenager, taking away his sense of security, but also stealing something very sacred to him. Aaron Cohen, just 16 years old, thinks he's selling his iPhone to someone he met online. The potential buyer pulls up in a white older model sedan, possibly a Dodge Stratus. The car is missing hubcaps and the front bumper is loose. The two start talking.
Met them outside and then he came back in to get the phone, went back out, and by that time the guy started forcing him in.
Forcing him in through the back door of the e-commerce business in Dania Beach. Aaron works here part-time. Once inside, the young robber, possibly in his 20s, grabbed the teen, threatening him with a gun, pointing a gun to his head and his chest.
The guy with the gun grabbing Aaron, walking him around the room, asking him different things. What's this? What's this? With the gun on him the whole time.
This man put a gun to this teenager's head, forced him inside the warehouse. A second man arrived, and they began to ransack the warehouse.
The accomplice walks in and gets to work quickly, taking out boxes and boxes of electronics. He covers his face the whole time. However, the other robber couldn't hide, cameras capturing these snapshots.
In this case, the warehouse had great surveillance video. It's very, very clear. We feel that anyone who sees it is going to recognize this armed robber and his accomplice right away.
The two men going on an impromptu shopping spree for more than 10 minutes, grabbing everything in sight, even something very personal to Aaron.
Took his, it's called tefillin. It's a spiritual thing for the Jewish tradition.
The set of small leather boxes contained scrolls inside with verses from the Torah.
When the robbers decided to leave, they actually made him strip his clothes off. They took his phone, they took his wallet.
He's very traumatized. I'm a little bit traumatized. It definitely took a big toll on us.
So the people who work inside the building are scared and are hoping that you at home can help them out. If you know who those two men are, if you recognize their faces from the surveillance video, it's the holidays. You can nab yourself some fast cash by calling Broward Crime Stoppers. That phone number 954-4932.
An armed robbery caught on camera in Miami. A man seen on surveillance video entering a pawn shop last Tuesday. He follows an employee to the back room, forces the cashier to the ground, then takes off with a bag full of cash and merchandise. It happened at Quick Cash Pawn Shop along Northwest 7th Avenue and 441. Police searching for the criminal.